Will you please welcome to the Friday Night Rock Show, Mr. Scott Holliday, guitarist of Rival Sons. Scott, how are you?
I'm very well. Too kind, thank you. How you guys doing?
We're doing very well, thank you. Now, tell us a bit about your band. Yeah, formed in 2008.
Yeah, we did. We formed in 2008. I got introduced to Miley through a mutual friend, our drummer, and we looked around for fellows, and he found Robin at a jazz gig they did together. And this was Isaac Hayes' home, believe it or not. And Robin wasn't much of a rock and roll guy, mostly a jazz guy, and I actually found that perfect. And we actually had a singer at that time that ended up not being the guy for us, but we signed a deal to EMI and to touring and this and that. I came across Jay on the internet, believe it or not, and just so happened that he lived in the same town and had been friends with Michael for 10 years, so...
Pretty lucky.
That's kind of, yeah, it's really strange and kind of destiny style, I guess.
Now, I'm going to hit you with this one, yeah. You absolutely reek of Jimmy Page in my mind. And I wanted to take that as a compliment because Page is one of my favourite guitarists of all time.
He's not
I can only take it as a compliment. I'm surely not trying to fill any shoes or thinking that I can stand in the same light in any way, shape, or form, but I could only take it as a great compliment. I'm a huge fan as well, obviously, as well as his good mate Jeff Beck, and a lot of the people that were in the same area at the time, Peter Green, young Eric Clapton, Steve Winwood, Pete Townsend,
all
this whole
great
crew,
influences.
Mick Taylor, yeah, this whole crew, is very close to my heart. Obviously, I wear it on my sleeve.
Well, you do realise, Scott, that the English rocking public have taken you very much to heart, and we can't pick up a classic rock magazine without seeing you guys in it. How does that feel to be accepted so well here by the British public?
Well, God bless them. At Classic Rock, they've done such nice stuff for us. We thought early on when we started the band that. And I think we might have to jump the pond. I think this might appeal to these folks over there more quickly. You know what I mean? So that it has, and it's doing that right now. Feels really nice. It's real gratifying. It's a great feeling,
Scott,
and we love it here. So it's easy for us. We get to keep coming back.
Brilliant. Now, Scott, tell us a bit about your absolutely beautiful Firebird.
The one you're speaking of is my Pelham Blue Firebird 7, I believe.
That's the one.
Yeah, strangely enough, when we finished our first record, it's called Before the Fire. Not a lot of people have it over here, but Before the Fire, we finished this album. And I had used early 50s Les Pauls, 50s and 60s Tellys, 50s and 60s Strats, 335s, SGs, I had just used a lot of different guitars for fun on this album, and I didn't have a Firebird when I made that first record, and I just was looking for a guitar that I thought looked the way the record sounded, kind of. And I'm in California. I found this guitar in New Jersey, just looking on the internet, and went, "That's it. That guitar looks how my record sounds to me."
Well,
so
it does suit
really
you,
nice
I think.
instrument.
I think it does suit you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and the guitar's bent over, and it's just really you're rolling the dice when you just buy a guitar untouched, and it was very expensive. So I was just hoping it would be all right. It ended up being a real charmer. It ended up being something I love.
You guys have got a really impressive array of people that you've supported. Some of the names are just quite brilliant, like Alice Cooper, AC/DC, Kid Rock. You also did that televised thing at the Indianapolis event, didn't you?
We did. I don't know if they did another one after us, but to that point, we were the only band in history to play on the bricks in at the Indianapolis 500. Brilliant. We were actually in the pit, so it would be like, race team, Rival Sons on stage, race team, you know what I mean? It was a really big honor. It was a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of cool people. Got to meet Mario Andretti.
Wow.
Doesn't get too much crazier than that.
No.
And supporting these huge artists, it's just what can you say? It's a great honor to watch these people do their thing after all these years and do it so well. And I say specifically AC/DC really just exploded our heads. These little freaks of nature just absolutely eating the people up alive. It was really fantastic to watch.
Now, Scott, your second album, Pressure and Time, written, recorded, and mixed in 20 days. How on earth does that work?
We just made a lot of shit up, man. Yeah, I mean, we had come off we were coming off a 4 or 5 week tour or something, and knew we were on a schedule to make a record, and we just really didn't have time to sit down and write. But really, we talked, and me and Jay had spoken a lot about, let's not write the record. Let's actually write the record when we go in, and it'll be very immediate. It'll be a little more akin to the early mid 50s, late 50s rock and roll, early 60s rock and roll, where they actually just worked very, very immediately. You can almost hear it in the recording, the visceral, immediate nature of it.
And the artwork for this album was done by Storm Ferguson.
Classic chap, this one, isn't he? Yeah, Storm is a wonderful person. Warm guy, very heady and intellectual. Me and Jay had talked about using Storm early on, and for this record, being that our label's out here in the UK, we just asked them to contact him, and he ended up taking to the record quite a lot, wanted to do it.
And for those who don't know this guy, he also did Presence, In Through the Outdoor, and of course the classic Dark Side of the Moon, and now a Rival Sons album.
He actually did he does all of Pink Floyd's artwork. So every album cover they have, he's done, and they were brilliant. And then, he did Physical Graffiti, Presence, In Through the Outdoor, Houses of the Holy. He's done, I think, a couple Muse album covers. He's done a couple Mars Volta covers. Just brilliant work, really interesting stuff. And I think what he did for us was very interesting, awesome. I think it's been called people's least favorite and some people's very favorite, and it sure made a lot of people talk. So I think that's kind of like an intent.
Well, Scott, good luck with the rest of the tour, mate. I'm glad you're enjoying playing over here.
Yes, very, very glad. We'll look forward to seeing you again soon. I know you've got another new album coming out. Well,
we do. Should be out in the summer.
Excellent. We'll look forward to that, and we'll continue to play your records. So thank you very much for being on our show.
Ladies and gentlemen,
thank you so
Scott
much.
Holiday of Rival Sons. Scott, thank you.
Thank you, mate. Thank you very much.
Bye.